Hey everybody. Hey everybody. Today we are actually going to be going over and looking at what the Liberal Party USA is all about. I know I said there would be no more political videos, and I am keeping that promise. However, months ago when I did the look over on the Libertarian Party website, one of the commenters have claimed that the Liberal Party USA is a offshoot of the Libertarian Party. They still hold the same fundamental principles, basically, is what I was told. But today we are going to be looking at basically the Liberal Party USA. Completely different from the Democratic Party. Okay, it says Liberal Party USA, national home of autonomous state political parties, committed to furthering the agenda of free people and limited government. The Liberal Party USA is working with state parties across the nation that share our passion for liberty. So basically, bipartisan in a way, with Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, other third parties, and many such going forward. And we see that there's the Montana, Oregon, Wyoming, Utah, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Missouri, Nebraska, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New Hampshire, and Maine Liberal Party states. But yeah. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I'm just going to say state because I truthfully don't know what a commonwealth is. But let's just go for it. Okay. Going to the about. Oh yeah, we were already in the about section. We're going to be going to platform. So this is just giving the governmental reforms such as the proportional representation. We advocate for proportional representation in the federal House and all state legislatures, lower houses, taxation. While we believe minimal taxation may serve as a legitimate purpose, we favor simpler and less invasive measures. Wow, I cannot talk. We favor simpler and less invasive methods of taxation, levy only the amount required for a functional government. Overreach and authority. We advocate for the reduction of unelected authority. All levels of government should reduce bureaucratic rulemaking and instead follow the Constitution procedure for the creation of new laws. Emergency decrees and legislation should not be abused and should be strictly limited in scope and time. You know, that I can actually go with. Budget and finance. We believe the government should not spend more than it receives in revenue, and the deficit spending is ultimately destructive to society. Yeah, I can see with that, especially with the whole economy and everything. Transparency and accountability. We prioritize transparency and accountability in government. Well, it's a no-brainer. We support measures that ensure open and honest communication between elected officials and the public, as well as mechanisms to house those in power accountable for their actions. Anti-corruption. Cronyism and self-dealing by government officials erodes public trust in our institutions. We strongly support anti-corruption laws that seek greater anti-corruption enforcement. This is telling me that they would actually advocate and support End Citizens United, which I am technically for. Like, I do support the motive and agenda of End Citizens United, but at the same time, it's a little iffy, like 50-50, because I do believe that it kind of considered government overreach, but at the same time we need to get dark money out of politics altogether. Criminal justice reform. Qualified immunity. We support laws to end qualified immunity. Government officials and their agents must be accountable for their actions. Civil asset forfeiture. We support laws to end civil asset forfeiture. Assets should only be seized upon an actual conviction and for the purpose of making restitution to victims. Victimless crimes. Laws that create crimes without victims should be repealed, and nonviolent offenders should be expunged from their records. We support ending the drug war, decriminalizing sex work, decriminalize gambling, and generally repealing any law that creates a crime where there was no actual victim. Okay. That right there, I only support a quarter of it, but the rest should actually be, example, sex work of any kind. And this is coming from a Christian point of mind that I do have, that yes, it should not be illegal, but at the same time the government should have no say whether or not it should be legal or not. It's like catch-22 or something like that. Just like, I don't really support many things, but at the same time there's a reason behind jury nullification. Jury should be informed of the right to rule not guilty to any charge under a law they find unjust. Social reform. Environment. Humanity depends on the environment for its existence, and that environment must be protected. This protection must be balanced with individual and economic freedoms. The free market should be unleashed to address these issues, and entities that harm others via pollution should not be allowed to hide under and behind government mandates or permits. Class action lawsuits should be allowed against polluters. Healthcare. We support the right to try laws, revocation of certificate of need laws, and the elimination of government restrictions on providing health care. We oppose regulatory capture in medicine and health insurance. I have no idea what regulatory capture is, but I'll be looking up more than likely after this video. That is, if I remember. Free movement. The LP, Liberal Party, is founded upon the belief that individual liberty and economic freedom are inherent to all individuals regardless of their place of birth. In a truly liberal society, all people must be free to pursue happiness and prosperity for themselves and their loved ones, wherever opportunities present themselves. Free markets, free trade, and free people can only be achieved if it is accompanied by a free moment of labor, free commerce between individuals, and the freedom to leave when opportunities are no longer available. Okay, during the free movement, this part exactly, truthfully, does sound like the main base of the whole Libertarian Party. However, this part sounds like it's from the Socialist Party. In an increasingly connected world, free migration through cultural understanding and economic prosperity will promote peace, economic growth, tolerance, and innovation. Therefore, in the interest of economic prosperity and the hopes of a more peaceful and innovative people, the Liberal Party, supports and promotes policies that maximize free migration, free trade, and expanded federalism. We support any effort to bring about an end to the construct of nationalism and to promote a culture of individual liberty and harmony. This part sounds like it came from the Libertarian Party, also from the Libertarian Party, minus that. Election reform. Ballot access. Rules for getting access to the ballot should be fair and equal regardless of political affiliation. I can see that. Voter access. We believe all adult citizens have a right to vote. We rejected a law that would make voting more cumbersome or less accessible to the average person. I can agree on this, but at the same time, we do need to have stricter voting measures to help combat against fraud. I can actually see that because elections are both a democratically governed system and at the same time a governmental governed system, so that way we each can all speak our voice while at the same time our government does what's best for us. However, government overreach can also happen in that stage too, which is why I do believe in a ranked choice voting type of measure. But yeah. Voting methods. We support implementing alternative voting systems for single winner races, such as approval voting, ranked choice as a... Oh wow. They basically are against the ranked choice voting. Wow. Well, then again, I can technically see that, but my view is ranked choice voting, because we do live in a democratic, a constitutional republic, and both a democracy type of government too. We're a constitutional democracy, constitutional democratic republic. That's basically what we are here in the United States. Okay, individual rights. I'm just going to summarize because I'm not going to narrate the entire thing. It's going to be way too long. Self-defense. Everyone should have the right to protect themselves and property. Bodily autonomy. An adult individual's bodily autonomy is absolute. Any laws infringing are a violation. Freedom of speech. Critical for functioning society. Government should not infringe. Religion. The right to religion. Therefore, government must be secular. Government should neither promote nor suppress any particular religious belief. Relationships. Well, adults have the right to consensual relationships free from government involvement. LGBT issues. You can be LGBT plus, and the government should have no control over that. Privacy. The people should have the right to keep their personal data private. Government should be banned from obtaining personal data via coercion or commercial transactions with private businesses. Strongly favor privacy laws, strong banking secrecy laws. Education. The parental choice for schooling. Federal government, no overreach in the education department. Economics. Basically just as it says, private property. Basically strong private property ownership. Currency. Also free market too. in a capitalistic society. Land use regulations. Land use regulations negatively impact economic development and mobility. We support repeal and/or simplification of most land use regulations. Native externalities. I didn't even know that was a word. Dealing with emergent harms that arise unintended consequences. Anything that damages society and the environment as a whole. Foreign policy. Treaties and pacts. We recognize global alliance and global unions. War. Only Congress has the power to declare war, unless it's a direct defense of the United States or allies. Trade. Free trade is a universal benefit to all people and acts as a disincentive for states to engage in war. Free exchange and trade between individuals within and outside the country should not be hindered. Okay, I got that. Wait, yeah, we're under platform. Now we're going under values. We believe in the vast potential of humanity. Humans naturally want to improve themselves, communities, and the world. Formed governments to aid in these goals. Sole legitimate purpose of government is to protect the life and liberty of individuals. However, government that is corrupt, ineffective, abusive, or unduly burdensome is an antagonist to human potential and the betterment of the human condition. A government that doesn't benefit its citizens shouldn't be allowed to persist. Therefore, we desire to reform and constrain government so that it serves the people. Our values, liberal vision, liberty, valuing political liberties, civil liberties, and economic liberties. Universality. Yeah, I'm not even reading that. I'm not going to read it out loud. However, I do believe that the liberalization, marketization, and trade lead to a better future for everybody. Also valuing peaceful global engagement towards a more liberal world. Individuals living freely in the manner they see fit in peaceful cooperation with others. Consent. The only just exercise of power or authority is one which derives consent. Acknowledge the essential role of consent in both private and state interactions and exchanges. Democracy. That the power is invested by the people. Peace. Peaceful relations. Got it. Reason. The future will be built by the effort of the humankind. We value the thoughtful interrogation of ideas, evidence-based thinking, and the deliberate, careful application of reason. Truth. Difficult problems can be solved with factual understanding of our challenges. Neither healthy political order nor robust civil society could endure without truth and openness. Recognize the importance of transparency from political and community leaders, as well as from the organizations they lead. Okay, got it. Okay, this makes sense. But, yeah, well, I finally got that one tackled. And if you leave a like, if you like this, don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button for more. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss any time I upload. Peace.